And we're live, my friends. It is exactly 3:55 a.m. in the morning. Yes, I'm up that late. But I'm doing a bit of a stakeout in regards to the person who harassed me before, which occurred around 3 a.m. in the morning as well. And stupidly, very stupidly, this person comes down the hall, doesn't knock on anyone's door. You hear the ding dong of his phone ringing out. And he stays quiet in the hallway for about 5-10 minutes before someone actually enters a door. Who is a lady? Now there are only 3 people on this floor who are women. Me, my neighbor across the hall, who's a kick-ass, take no BS kind of gal, just her, and the new one, who has the same name as me. So when someone says Lisa, it could be the person down the hall. And it's hilariously, coincidentally, the last name of a cartoon character as well. As we see all these UPS papers down there, which never gets acknowledged for over a week. She doesn't go in the front, obviously. Not too many times, obviously. It was there for a week. But she has a lot of packages delivered to her. But the whole point of the matter is this person in the hallway who threw stuff at me and harassed me at 3 a.m. in the morning, coincidentally, happens to hang in the hallway before he never knocks on the door, but you hear a ding dong on his phone. She opens the door and it's definitely a woman talking to him, and it's a new girl down the hall. Don't tell me another prostitute. Give me a break. We had a prostitute move out. We don't want another prostitute around this building. Not again. Like, I'm not sure if it's her boyfriend. It definitely was not a drug deal because they'd be gone in 5 minutes. Whoever it was leaves within an hour and just left recently. And the person is stupid. The dog barks and everything, all that. A boyfriend, but it's not a boyfriend. I mean, who would come and leave within an hour? Don't tell me we have another prostitute in the building. Give me a break. Oh, I'm tired. I'm woken up by the, and so forth and all that. But yeah, come on, stick out. And the neighbor outside, well, there's a person outside in case he left early. Definitely not a drug dealer, because a drug dealer goes within 2 minutes, 5 minutes, tops, maybe 10 minutes if they talk and chat. But it's been over an hour, so don't tell me that was definitely not her boyfriend. Whoever that was probably was a John. Sexual favors. And don't tell me we'll have another prostitute in the building again. We got rid of one, we don't want another one. Give me a break. We don't need another prostitute in the building. We really don't. And right next door to a drug dealer, conveniently, of course, where no cameras are. Maybe they knew about her history of being a prostitute, and she was right next door to a drug dealer. How convenient is that? Stupid. It makes you wonder about the situation of everything and why they moved someone who obviously is violent as well, actually, considering she was chasing some guy down the street just a couple months ago. It's going to be violent, too. The guy was scared of his mind and ran away. She chased him, and we all heard them at 6 a.m. in the morning that one time. And she was chasing the guy down the street, apparently, too, as well. So she definitely is violent, obviously. Next door to a drug dealer. Don't tell me we have a prostitute living next door to a drug dealer. How convenient is that? I mean, all the places you could have put her somewhere where there is a camera at least. As for the troublemaker who moved out, do you move her where there's no cameras too as well, so she can get away with all her BS as well too? Who knows? Who knows? But there seems to be a kind of a pattern here, and he's stupid. They would sing ding dong in the hallway and everything. The same thing. The same thing. So yeah, he's too predictable. Stupid. One thing. Caused harassment. The dog was barking, and I think the police or safety services were called at least recently. And stupid comes around 3 a.m. in the morning. He just left now, so he doesn't stick around for long, whoever that guy is. And we only hear the woman's voice, so she lets him in. Prostitution? We don't need a prostitute in the fucking hallway and a drug dealer, right beside a drug dealer. How convenient. Of course. Was this deliberately done so illegal activities can keep on continuing within our community housing? I find it too much of a coincidence that this person moved in right next door to a drug dealer. How convenient. Where there are no cameras, even more convenient. Too convenient for me in my taste, you know. But he doesn't stay long. Obviously, he left there. I heard voice again. He left. You hear the door being closed. I'm not sure how he left. I didn't hear he went in the back. He probably left by the back. But I didn't hear any door closing unless he closed really softly. I don't know. There's usually a loud click when the door in the back closes. Didn't hear the elevator click, so he didn't take the elevator. He doesn't stay very long. He only stays about less than an hour. So prostitution? A boyfriend would stay overnight and everything, all that. A guy who leaves less than that is damn a John. Probably a prostitute down the hall. This woman need another prostitute. One bad one moves out, another bad one moves in. Give me a break. Who is obviously violent as well. Chasing a guy down the street. She obviously has violence. She has a dog, mind you, of course, but the dog didn't bark, so it can't be a friend missing for an hour at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, right. Someone brings him 3 a.m. in the morning and leaves less than an hour. In my opinion, that's a John. But yeah, stupid enough to keep his ringer on. It's not smart. At least turn your fucking ringer off when vibration, at least, you moron. And that's when the harassment happened, around 3 a.m. in the morning-ish. When I have records of harassment around that time, probably the same guy who sees his prostitute. Don't tell me we have another prostitute. What kind of person would fucking visit someone for an hour and leave again at 3 a.m. in the morning? I mean, come on, give me a break. And they're fucking sending people over at my place trying to harass me. Well, that's got to stop too. So that guy was caught, and witnesses are involved. Let's put it that way. So right now the guy left. He didn't take the elevator. I didn't hear the door click in the back. We only spent an hour with her, and then he kind of took off. So it sounds like prostitution to me. Enough time for an hour is basically prostitute or something like that. Sexual favors, and they leave him an hour. A drug deal goes within 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe tops if they talk and everything like that. But a drug deal takes less than 5 minutes usually, I imagine. Unless they get chatty and everything, I'll have 10 minutes maybe. 15 minutes tops. 20 minutes tops. But prostitution, unless they give it, takes about an hour, I guess, with sexual favors and everything. So don't tell me we have another prostitute on the hall. How inconvenient. I don't understand why they let some people in where no cameras are. Is community housing protecting these criminals? Protecting the prostitution? Protecting the human trafficking? Considering that they had A lawsuit against them for sexual harassment before too, as well, from OCH member, from the community housing members. There are about 3 lawsuits already that have been filed against community housing here. One sexual harassment. So it makes sense why they will protect a prostitute and have her move in where there are no cameras. You got to do the math. So if they let prostitution go under the radar, drug dealing go under the radar, because it was a previous sexual harassment lawsuit. And believe me, I know about that. But yeah. Don't tell me we have another prostitute in the hall. Another troublemaker. And she's already under the bad books of nearby neighbors who come to the breakfast community. She never comes down to the breakfast community, I guess, because she's probably scared of being seen and recognized for being something bad that she doesn't want to be revealed. Probably. More than likely. Yeah. Thing is, it's quiet now. The guy left. But the guy who threw something in my door, harassment happened at 3 a.m. that time that morning. Probably that guy. An angry John. An angry person who is trying to keep our community safe. That's the main thing that counts. I'm pushing on. You got to push on. Keep pushing on. You know. And the neighbor outside was outside there, but he didn't even 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Took about an hour around there. It was well over half an hour. So that sounds like a John to me. My boyfriend would not come and leave. And she answered the door and I heard her talking and let him in. No knock on the door, no nothing. There's a ding dong on his phone, and then he was prowling around the hallway. No door opening, no talking, no nothing for 5-10 minutes. About 8 minutes, actually. And then I heard her open the door and I heard her voice, and she let him in. And he left maybe about more than a drug dealer. It's not a drug dealer, obviously. But it's not a boyfriend either, because what guy would leave within an hour? Under an hour, anyway. Sounds like a John to me. Probably the same guy who threw stuff in my door and tore my sign off the wall. Because I am a whistleblower. Nothing wrong with that. And she is violent, obviously, too, as well, unfortunately. I even tried knocking on the door early on, and that was on YouTube as well. And it sounded the same guy who harassed me as well. Yeah, they have a camera from the door. But they're doing illegal activities. So I'm the same guy who damn well threw something in my door and everything like that too, when you think about it. Pimping out a prostitute? Who knows? I don't know. But we don't need a prostitute in the building. That's the main thing that counts. Too much suspicious activity going on as it is, and this is bullshit. Take care, stay safe, make wedge, and I'll talk to you guys soon.